you ready?
Hey, it's DJ from CSVAPE.com, and today we're going to be talking about the official VGOD TRICKTANK PRO. The TRICKTANK Pro by VGOD. VGOD is very excited to bring you the brand new and exclusive TRICKTANK Pro RDTA. With its 24mm diameter and low profile body style, it's designed to allow the user to experience the true power of a high caliber rebuildable tank. The highly favored wide bore tip caters to cloud chasing, giving you performance just like an RDA. The TRICKTANK Pro spices things up with a 4 milliliter capacity tank right below the build deck for auto coil feeding convenience. The 2-post deck and side-mounted flathead grub screws are structured for ease of use when it comes to mounting your coils. All right, guys, so we're gonna be going into the box itself, gonna open it up for you and show you the accessories that it comes with, the convenience of the actual package. You might like that as well. So I'm gonna grab the stainless one. Let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see here. You'll first notice how big this box is, first of all, and you're probably wondering why it's so big for an RDTA that's about, 36 millimeters long. Well, I'm gonna show you. This is what I'm craving over. Now this package is, you can probably notice, is something you can keep a lot of things in, but in here there's some goodies. So we're gonna open it up. All right, so the first thing you see is the TRICKTANK, of course, this sexy beast right here. Stainless we have, comes with a spare glass, which is very, very good for those who maybe break it or crack it. You have the peace of mind of having a replacement. The next accessory in here would be the build kit. This build kit comes with coil Fiends coils, and some Japanese cotton. This is what it looks like on the inside. Of course, you see the VGOD logo here and the nice aluminum canister. VGOD Coil Fiends pretty much gives you the lift panel. Now this is cool too. Kind of shows you different variations and configurations on how to mount these types of coils. Velocity style, it shows you 2-hole style, which is pretty much the 2 posts. We have the 3-post style basically and the 4-post style. So kind of gives you an idea on how to mount those coils. These are the actual coils. These are infused Claptons. There's dual 26 on the inside, Clapton with 40 gauge. And inside you have your stack of Japanese cotton. This is more than enough. These are actually cut to size to fit the tank how it should fit. Now that is pretty convenient. I'm gonna put this back together. And I wanna show you the other functionalities of this actual packing. So below this, or under this rather, you have these elastic bands here. And these can be used to put your mods inside of, your tube mods, your box mods, your juice bottles, your spare bottles, your batteries. You can put anything in these elastic little straps here. And it's kind of a basket weave pattern to reinforce each strap so you don't have to worry about tearing of any sort. Of course, you don't want to rough house it too much. And then if you don't want to use this actual panel with the straps, you can remove it. It's in here with Velcro. So you can just use it as a wide open pack for anything you want. But if you do, of course, we have the Velcro here. You can just put it back in the packet itself. Now, one more thing, you can tell that there is a basket here that you can put other things in, but there's something inside that I haven't seen in a while, is spare parts for an actual RDTA. Yeah, there's a lot of RDTAs out there that come with spare parts, spare O-rings, spare screws, but at least as of recent, personally, I haven't seen a tank that comes with spare insulators. That is a big deal. So you have your spare insulator, you have your spare grommet for your fill hole, you have your spare center O-ring, center grommet for leaking, leak prevention, spare screws, and of course your O-rings as well. So yeah, we're gonna go into talking about the tank. It is a pretty low profile tank. It's, I'd say it's about 45 millimeters long, which is not too bad. The wide bore drip tip does have a threaded mounting point, obviously, so it will be, well, you can remove it by unthreading it from the top cap. Now, there aren't any options as far as accessories on getting any different colors of these. It only comes in black, so I hope you guys are a fan of the black. Other than that, it does have this, it's kind of like this border around it. Since this tank is basically a tank that you would be really building those crazy, insane, super aggressive builds on. So since the coils do sit directly under the top cap, you need some type of protection so the heat, it doesn't get too hot, so you can still vape it comfortably, of course. Now, it is made out of stainless steel. It is a 24 millimeter diameter. So for those who have units out there that are machined to fit 22 millimeter diameter tanks or RDAs, it may hang over slightly. So if you're OCD about that, you may not like the way that looks. But if you just love the tank in general, you guys are already familiar with the original TRICKTANK with the sub-ohm coil style. Now you have a rebuildable section. Now on the bottom you have a gold-plated copper pen for conductivity. For those who want to run it on a mechanical mod, you absolutely can. This pen does protrude out a pretty good amount. So for those who have hybrid devices out there, you can use this tank on there. And of course, if you're using a variable device, it doesn't really matter. It will fit no problem. Just make sure that you do have enough power to push to this tank, especially since this tank, I would say it almost doesn't like soft builds. You want to build something that's really aggressive to take full advantage of the airflow and the chamber size, because obviously the chamber size does matter when it comes to performance and flavor. Comes with a Pyrex glass tank, and the style on the airflow is very, very similar to the Kennedy Vapes or Kennedy RDA airflow. Solid oval, but inside there are two independent airflow channels that will be going in and up right under where your coil is and up to the drip tip for maximum flow. The airflow is not adjustable, I will tell you that. So it is wide open for those who like that wide open draw. Now I'm gonna take the cap off and kind of show you what the inside looks like. And this is something you may enjoy as well. Now, if you look at the inside, it pretty much looks like a machine, and I like the way that looks. You have two air channels on each side, as I mentioned earlier. You have your velocity style deck with the L-shaped positive and the negative that is milled into the deck itself. The grub screws on the side, they're flatheads, not Allens, which is my favorite, since you have a lesser chance of stripping the screws if you're tightening down, especially if you have a beefy build that you're trying to put on here. Dual coil only, guys, just so you know, there's no single coil option. You have the wicking holes. They're about 3 millimeters in diameter, 2 on each side. So make sure, there's different styles on how to build this tank. Some folks like to have it, well, me personally, I like to have it, the wicks coming down slightly into the tank so you barely see it. You don't necessarily have to have them run all the way down to the bottom. Some people like to have their wicks up just flush with the holes so you don't see the wicks, but they're still covering the holes so you don't have any leaking issues. Peak insulator, so it's very high heat resistant. So for those who like, 80 watts plus, you can definitely handle this. On the side, you have the VGOD name. This is where it would be covered by the top cap. And of course, you would be matching that top cap logo with the actual logo. It does come with a side fill hole that has a grommet, if you will, that does sit flush up against behind one of these panels. It doesn't matter which way you put it, it's totally up to you, to prevent leaking, but this is perfect for squeeze bottles and glass dropper bottles. The tank holds about 4 milliliters of juice, so that's a pretty good sized tank. So it does hit like an RDA. I'm gonna be completely honest, why not use this tank? You have the performance of an RDA, which usually sits at the top tier, top of the food chain when it comes to performance, but you have a tank below it. You don't have to drip every 5 or 6 hits, unless you get that many, maybe 1 or 2 if you're vaping really hot. But yeah, this is exactly what it looks like on the RX200S. I have it on mine. It's 24 millimeter, as I mentioned before. It does not hang over on the RX, so for those out there who own an RX 200 or a 200S, it will not hang over. It may hang over on the 2 battery devices though, so keep that in mind. And for those who have mechanical mods out there, 24 millimeter or higher is recommended so it sits nice. Yeah, so you can check out the TRICKTANK Pro and other VGOD products on CSVAPE.com. My name is DJ and we're here to help you switch the habit.
Switch the habit at CSVAPE.com.